The story of Pablo Escobar is a complex and brutal saga of a man who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the wealthiest and most feared criminals in history. He was a drug lord and narco-terrorist, and a paradox of a figure who was both a ruthless killer and a populist hero to many of the poor in his native Colombia. Early life and the rise of a kingpin. Born in Rio Negro, Colombia, in 1949, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was the third of 7 children. His father was a farmer, and his mother was a schoolteacher. Growing up in the neighboring city of Medellin, Escobar's early life was marked by small-time criminal activities. He started by selling fake diplomas and stolen tombstones, and later moved on to car theft and kidnapping for ransom. His first arrest came in 1974 for car theft. By the mid-1970s, the burgeoning cocaine industry in Colombia provided the perfect opportunity for Escobar's ambitious and ruthless nature. He founded the criminal organization that would become the infamous Medellin Cartel, along with other key figures like the Ochoa brothers. The cartel quickly established smuggling routes from Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador through Colombia and into the United States. Escobar's operation was so vast that at its peak in the 1980s, it was reportedly smuggling 70 to 80 tons of cocaine per month into the U.S. The king of cocaine and his empire. As the leader of the Medellin cartel, Escobar's power and wealth grew exponentially. He was dubbed the king of cocaine, and his estimated net worth reached a staggering $30 billion. His empire was built on a foundation of extreme violence and corruption, famously encapsulated by his motto, Plata o Plomo, meaning money or lead. This meant that anyone who stood in his way had 2 choices: accept his bribe, money, or face death lead. Despite his brutal methods, Escobar cultivated a Robin Hood image among the poor in Medellin. He funded community projects, built houses, schools, and soccer fields, and donated money to charities. This earned him immense popularity and a certain level of protection from the local populace, who saw him as a benefactor in a country where the government often failed to provide for its citizens. His popularity was such that he was even elected to an alternate seat in the Colombian Congress in 1982. The fall of a tyrant. Escobar's political ambitions were short-lived, as the Colombian and U.S. governments began to push for his arrest and extradition. The war between the cartel and the government escalated into a full-blown narco-terrorism campaign, with Escobar responsible for countless bombings, assassinations, and massacres. The violence made Colombia the murder capital of the world. In 1991, Escobar made a deal with the government. He surrendered on the condition that he would not be extradited to the United States. He was sentenced to a 5-year imprisonment, but was allowed to be housed in his own self-built prison, La Catedral. This luxurious facility was more of a fortress and a country club, where Escobar continued to run his empire with little interference. When authorities decided to move him to a more standard prison, he escaped in 1992, triggering a massive manhunt. For 16 months, Escobar was a fugitive hunted by a special unit of the Colombian National Police known, but his legacy continues to live on. His story has been the subject of numerous books, movies, and television shows, most notably the Netflix series Narcos. His family, including his wife and 2 children, fled Colombia and changed their names. His son, Juan Pablo Escobar, now Sebastián Marroquín, has since publicly spoken about his father's violent life and has worked to reconcile with the families of his father's victims. In Medellin, Escobar's legacy is still debated. While he is remembered by some for his generosity to the poor, he is also reviled by many for the unimaginable bloodshed and terror he inflicted on the country. The story of Pablo Escobar serves as a cautionary tale about the corrupting influence of power and wealth